was just really thinking early this morning, I was just really thinking about how the times done changed. Like, when I say they done changed, they really done changed. Like, I caught the last little bit, I guess you could say before the reset, should I say before the transition, like I remember growing up, I remember pay phones, beepers, telephone books. I remember the phone, the phone that be in your car with the black antenna on the back, the rear mirror in the back. I remember all that. Like, I caught the last little bit. I'm still a youngin'. I am young. But I remember a lot of stuff, and it's like the times done changed. Like, the times really done changed. And it's sad because it's like we allow these folks to do this to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't always got to comply. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because I was thinking about, like, when I was in school, I probably was in middle school, and we had to do a project. And it was like we had to do a PowerPoint. So I was like, I'm not doing no PowerPoint. Like, I ain't finna do that. I'm finna get a poster board, print my little pictures out, write my little notes, definitions. And I did exactly what I said. And my teacher, matter of fact, it was in science. And my teacher, had to sit down with me and talk to me. And I was basically expressing myself about technology. You know what I'm saying? And I still passed my assignment, but my teacher fell away because I did what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't conform to technology or none of that. But, bro, when I knew it was a wrap for me, when they was talking about all these PowerPoint, bro, I ain't scared to talk about me. Like I always say, I ain't finna talk about nothing that I ain't experienced, nothing that I ain't done. Your little sis real ignorant. I'm real ignorant when it comes to technology. I ain't even finna sit up here and cap. I'm not finna play. I'm real ignorant, but I am not tech savvy at all. Like, I can do the bare minimum. I can do the basics. You hear me? I can write a resume. I can type. I can do the basics, but don't be asking me about no editing and nah, bruh. I ain't there. I can't do it. I cannot do it. But I was just thinking about, like, how we really just done complied to the ways of the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is our choice, and a lot of it is by force. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, people, ridicule me, try to make me feel away about the children God blessed me to be an overseer of, a guardian, because, these really ain't our children, you know what I'm saying? We just the guardian, catch that down the line. But people talk about, how I raised my children and this, that, and the third, and why they ain't got no notebook, tablet. Like, look, bruh, I ain't with all that, because I know when I was 4 years old, I ain't have all that, And even though the times done changed or whatever, I'm just not with a lot of stuff. Like, just because everybody else doing it, somebody got to be like, well, I ain't doing it. And that somebody is me. Like, my children, they 4 and 2. They don't have no tablet, no notebook, or whatever else I do. We got this little Hulu stick. We be on Hulu watching Animal Planet and Discovery. My children are very simple. You know what I'm saying? They mama simple. So, they got a lot of my characteristics. So, I'm thankful for that. They got old souls. They respectful, But it's like, I was just thinking about, like, dang, the times really done changed, bruh. Like, they really done changed. And a lot of this, is out of our control. And some of it is in our control. Like, we ain't got to do what they tell us to do. We don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Stop living in fear. Y'all already know fear is false evidence appearing real. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can take a stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I say what I say, and I mean what I say. So with that being said, like, I'm going to stand firm. Like, I ain't going out like no coward. That's why I say, like, I know I done been here before. Like, if I was a slave, I know I died because I was rebellious. I was bucking. I already know, like, I was bucking. You know what I'm saying? And then that's another thing. Like, a while back, like, I was talking to my niece. This been a couple years ago. And I was like, what you learning? Like, y'all learning about slavery? And she was like, what's that? I say, what you mean, what's that? Like, what is a slave? I was like, so what they call them now? She was like, an indentured servant. So I was like, say what? They call him an indentured servant. She was like, yeah. So, I did my little research. So, an indentured servant, you know what I'm saying? They trying to say that ain't slavery. I was like, these folks, they really, really. But I'm telling you, boy, you got to teach your children. You hear me? You got to teach. You got to train them up early. Like, a lot of people, got something to say about, how I teach my children. Like, we don't celebrate holidays. And, like, they know what time it is. They know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't celebrate none of that. It ain't doing nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't doing nothing for me but making the rich richer and the poor poorer. I ain't got time to be lying to my children. Like, I'm not finna keep up traditional men, what my grandma taught my mama taught me. I'm not finna lie to my children about none of this stuff. Like, I ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? I want my children to know a lot of stuff that I didn't know growing up. But a lot of stuff was common sense. And my children, especially my son, he already be asking me like, Mom, why we gotta go to daycare? Mom, why you gotta go to work? Mom, why you got, like, he asks why. Like, Mom, why are trees here? Like, and he know mama gonna have an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna answer my son. Like, he already know, like, I love dialoguing with my children. You know what I'm saying? See how they little brain is and they train of thought. But, y'all, we gotta stop complying. Like, we really gotta stop complying. Like, times done change. Just because times changing, that don't mean you gotta change with times. Like, I be looking at these little children. I mean, little children, like 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, they having their lace front on, eyelashes on. I be like, well, dang. Like, when I was 13, like, real talk, I was still wearing beads in my head. Like, shout out to you, Mom. I still had beads in my head. Like, real talk. Like, I am not capping. Like, that's why I say times done change. You know what I'm saying? You got grandmas at the age of 35, 37. I was like, God dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, woo. Well, Big Mama at? You know what I'm saying? Well, like, these grandparents these days, they different. They built different, huh? They built different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got an old soul. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I do not get down with, that I do not comply with. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm going out like a soldier for real. Like, when it's my time, like, y'all gonna be like, oh, I remember her. You know what I'm saying? She did what she was supposed to do. I'm telling you, because I'm not finna die like no cow. I ain't finna die like no sucker. Like, I stand firm for what I believe in. And I'm encouraging you on today. You should do the same thing. Like, don't let these folks project fear onto you, whether it be your family, your friends, like, whoever. Like, bro, stand firm for what you believe in, because I'm going to do it. Because time definitely has changed. You know, like, I'm a little youngin'. Like I said, I caught the last little bit of the 90s before, the 2000s came in. And like I always say, like, what a time to be alive. Like, you got the digital wallet. Everything digital. Everything digital. Like, I used to ask my mama this all the time, like, the sun's so bright. I used to ask her, like, Mom, we got to take a test for everything. Why do I have to take a test? Like, I got to take a test to go to the next grade. I got to take a test to get my license. I got to take a test to go to college. Like, why do we have to take a test? Like, I'm tired of these. And then I knew it was a lot going on when they, like, when back in the day when you go fill out an application, it was paper and pen. Then, you go online, like, bro, what? And then I used to have the hardest time going online. I used to have the hardest time going online because it's like you got all these ads. They want to know your phone number for other stuff. And it's like, God dang, y'all should have just stuck to pen and paper because it's just a little too much for me. It's a little too much for me. But y'all know, like, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. As always, I don't speak on nothing that I ain't never experienced, and I definitely don't speak on nothing that I don't know. But as like I always say, I had to bless your space with my face, and y'all command y'all day. Y'all speak those things as thou were. You know what I'm saying? And know that I genuinely do love y'all. I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you may be going through, how you may be feeling emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. But I love you. You know what I'm saying? You can do this. Get out your head. Stay positive. Stay optimistic. I am SusannahSantana. I was checking in, but now I'm checking on. Infinite peace, love, light, and balance. And as I always say, stay forever true to you.